I'm Stitched Liz and welcome back to my channel. So, I was sitting there and I was thinking the other day, I have too much yarn. I know, crazy, like oh my god, never would have ever guessed. I decided to do a stash busting video because I've seen some people do it and it looked fun and it gives me an excuse to make stuff and just have fun with it. I actually finished some stash busting projects, like I made these bandanas. These are actually pretty quick to work up, so I'm definitely going to be making a lot of bandanas. I made this one as well. They're a little wrinkled, they do need to be blocked, so I'm going to have to do that at some point. I actually made 2 of these as well. I learned that 2 skeins of I Love This Yarn actually makes 2 knitted double strand beanies, and I decided that I'm also going to do that as well. I've already done it actually. So this is the first one that I've made and this is the second one. This is 2 full skeins of yarn knitted together, and it's the tutorial that I followed is by Passionate Goods, and this was actually my very first knitted project. I actually messed up on it. You can see that the stitches are a little messed up, but when you fold the brim you can't see it. This was my first knitted project. I messed up twice, not only by messing up the stitches on that one row, I actually had the wrong number of stitches. I was missing 1 stitch the entire time, and because of that it kind of messed up the end part. As you can see, it looks a little funny, but it's okay. This one I think I'm just going to end up keeping because it's not perfect, but it is my first knitted project and it actually turned out all right. Stretchy, it's comfy, it's cute. I completely forgot, but I actually made 2 more bandanas. 2 more. And I thought about it a lot. I even asked my boyfriend. I decided that if I'm going to put a border on these, it's going to be this same yarn. I ran out of this yarn, so that means I have to buy another one of these skeins, which I don't want to do right now. It's something that I'm trying to avoid doing, so these are just going to be put aside for now. But I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe I can do like a white border. And I was like, no, that will look ugly because this is so dark looking, plus all the other colors that are in it. And I thought the white would look really ugly. And then I thought, well, what about a black border? And I was like, no, that would also be really ugly because of all the colors that are in it. And it just wasn't a good idea to do a black border or a white border. So I decided that doing a border with this yarn would actually be a good idea. I was thinking about maybe a dark purple would be nice, but I can't find any dark purples and I don't have any dark purple. Those are just gonna be set aside for now. They're just gonna stay in my project basket until I think it's a good time to actually buy the yarn. So one project that I am working on that might take up the whole thing of yarn, I don't know for sure yet because it is kind of a big thing, is a bag. This is a commissioned piece. They asked for a pretty decent sized bag. They wanted it purple and I was like, well, how about we throw a little bit of black in there to make it look a little interesting. So the initial plan is to add a few more rows to this until it's like a good bag size, and I'm going to make black straps for it that are long enough to go like down to the waist area, and I'm going to also line it with black fabric so I get to sew, which is great because I need to practice my sewing skills. This is how much yarn there is left. I don't know how much of this is going to take up, but if it takes up a good little bit, then that's great. That's the goal. But this bag is entirely free-handed. I think it's going pretty well so far. It is one that I have been procrastinating on just a little bit. And then in my little carry-on project bag, I have another beanie started on my needles right now with this yarn. I've had this yarn since last year, but I can't remember when. But I think what we're going to do right now, maybe make some bandanas, I don't know. Because I do have this yarn. This is another cotton yarn, and I could whip up 2 bandanas tonight because I don't work tomorrow and I'm off the next day. So I could stay up and make 2 bandanas. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make 2 bandanas and just kind of sit, chill, make some stuff. Oh, and this color, it's so pretty. This color is denim blue. It is very denim looking, in fact. So I'm already 5 rows in, it's going good. And I just keep getting distracted because I'm rewatching the Enies Lobby arc of One Piece. And I forgot how good it was. Like, it's a good arc, but all of One Piece is good. So the bandana is done. I just need to weave in the ends. But I don't know why it's curling like this. I think I really just need to block it because the other ones do that. And I've made this bandana quite a few times and I don't know why it started curling. I don't know if maybe it's my tension or if it's the stitches. But I just really need to block it and just go from there. But I'm just gonna wrap this up for now. But we finished a bandana and this is how much yarn we have left. So I can make another bandana with this one and then that adds to the pile of finished stuff. Do another bandana tomorrow because I'm kind of in the mood to knit right now. So I'm gonna start working on that beanie, that knitted beanie, and then we can just go from there. Oh! That was really chocolatey towards the end and it felt like I just got hit with a Hershey bar. Ugh, gross. I'm trying to stop drinking coffee because I've been drinking way too much of it lately. And I think that's one of the reasons why I felt kind of like crap the past few days. Because I was so hopped up on caffeine and then it would stop and then I feel like I needed more caffeine and it was a very annoying cycle. And then at some point I would just kind of crash and just be like, I don't want to do anything and just not feel good. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna need some coffee. And then I kind of became a little dependent on it and I don't like that. Like, I like coffee, but I'm trying to stop. Not trying to stop completely, I'm just trying to stop for maybe a couple weeks. Because if I drink too much coffee in one sitting or too much coffee in one day, I actually end up feeling really sick. I've felt better the past 2 days that I have not drank any, but all day I was thinking like, man, I really want a cup of coffee right now, but I'm trying to stay off of it for a little bit so I don't stay up all night and then feel super tired at work. It was really tempting and I was like, you know what, I'll have some hot chocolate as a replacement. I made some hot chocolate. The only downside is I didn't have any whipped cream. I put a little bit of milk and some heavy cream in it just to add a little bit more flavor, but I like adding the chocolate to it because it makes it taste more like hot chocolate that you would probably get at like a restaurant. And I just thought like, oh, that sounds like a good idea, let's start doing that. And I started doing that, and it actually tastes pretty good, but I think I put too much this time, so it really felt like I got hit in the face with a Hershey bar, because I was like, oh my god, like all the chocolate kind of settled at the bottom, and I just finished it, and it was just, ugh, it was kind of gross. And I was like, yeah, I didn't stir it up well enough, and I think I put too much chocolate, but it's fine. I'm gonna play some games tonight later with my friends and my boyfriend. We've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately, just testing out a bunch of different maps that we have. We found a hide and seek map that was really fun. Whenever we play hide and seek, and I am one of the hiders, if I'll find a really good spot, or a spot that is good enough, and just kind of sit there, and if I'm sitting there, I'll be like, okay, I can knit a little bit. So then I'll just start knitting, and while I'm waiting, or like either waiting for the round to end or waiting for someone to find me. This is the progress that I made so far on the beanie. Very stretchy. And the colors are nice too. I like how it's kind of got some stripes going on here in some spots, but it's going great. Yarn usage is great. My boyfriend is streaming right now, so I'm just watching him play some Pokemon, and it's just nice to watch him play his game. Ooh, that looks ugly. My stitches looked twisted. I don't know if maybe it was because of the yarn or the way I was doing my crochet. It looked weird, and I didn't like that because it was going to throw me off, but now they look a little better. It has been like 2 days since I last recorded, and I've been busy with work, and never really did have the time to finish the knitting project in one day, but I finished it today. It's so cute, it's so comfortable. The skeins that I used for it actually can make 2 beanies, so I am going to make another one sometime soon, but I want to do something else for a little bit. I made a little star guy today. I started him a couple days ago, and then I just finished it today, and I'm working on another one. I think the rest of the day I'm just going to work on making my little stars. I have a bunch of yarn for them too, so I'm thinking about just working on them for the rest of the day and trying to get rid of that yarn. But I bought a crate specifically to put my little stars in because I didn't have one, and they were just kind of sitting in my drawer, and I didn't like that, so I bought a container specifically to put them in. This is the container, as you can see. I bought it for like $5 at Dollar Tree, and they're just gonna stay in here for now. It is like 9 o'clock at night. I'm in front of my boyfriend's job, just waiting on him to get off work. I'm staying with him for a couple of days because it's closer to work, and a lot of stuff has happened at work to where they might need me sooner than, because I live like 20 minutes from my job. So I just thought it would be easier to kind of just stay with him for a little bit since he lives pretty close to my work, and I get to see him for a while. But I'm currently knitting on this right now. I've been kind of slacking lately because of work, and I've been really tired, and the weather has been absolute just crap because it's so cold and gross, and I hate it, and I want it to be spring and nice and warm and pretty outside, and it's not happening, and it sucks. It is Monday. It's Monday. A lot has happened since the last clip. I moved back in with my boyfriend, and I recently got a promotion at work. So I decided it'd be best for me to move back in with him so I'd be closer to work in case if something happens or if they need somebody. I'm still working on this. I've been very busy and really tired lately since I got the promotion, and I'm almost done with it. I plan to finish it today. Not sure what I'm gonna do after I do this one. I'm probably maybe going to start another one, or I'm going to try to finish that bag, the bag's straps specifically, because I started on the straps. The bag part is already done, but I just need to do the straps. So hopefully that won't take too long, but I am using a thermal stitch and it's with black yarn, so it might be a little annoying. So I finished the beanie. Ta-da. I'm so glad I finished this today because it was on my needles for so long and I got so tired of looking at it and I wanted to do something else. Tired of knitting for a little bit. I'm definitely gonna take a break on that and just crochet. This is the 5th time that I've had to redo this stupid strap for this stupid bag because I've tried the single crochet thermal stitch. I didn't like how it looked, and I didn't like that it took so long to work up. So I tried it with the half double crochet thermal stitch, and it was just a lot of me not paying attention and not counting my stitches. So I ended up having 9 stitches instead of 10 stitches at some point. So I had to unravel the whole thing and then start over. And every so often I have to go back and just make sure that I do 10 stitches in total because I don't trust myself. And it's so fun because I can't count. I suck at it. Some good progress. So my grandpa called me the other day. He and his girlfriend are in Las Vegas, and she was gonna go do some shopping. Well, they know I like to crochet and I like yarn and all that cool stuff. And he was like, what kind of yarn do you like? Because she wants to get you some yarn since Joann's is closing and they're having a sale. And I was like, you can get me any kind. I will use it. I will find a use for it. But it's like, you don't have to do that. But it's like, I don't have a Joann's near me. The closest one is like an hour away. So I'll accept more yarn. Like, I'm fine with that. I'll take some Joann's yarn. That just made me smile because it's like my grandpa thinks of me. So it just made me happy. All right, guys. It's time. I made quite a few things. Really, I was just trying to make this like a month-long project, and it is now like March 9th. So I want to go ahead and get this video wrapped up, at least for this time. So we're going to see how much stuff I made. Yay! So I made 2 beanies in the color Fuzzy Slippers. This one has the extra 4 stitches, and this is just the regular pattern. I added the extra 4 stitches because I noticed with the regular pattern it felt really tight. I don't know if maybe it's my tension with my knitting or if it's the pattern itself, but adding 4 extra stitches did kind of help loosen it up a little bit. Then I also made another one. I didn't record any of me making this one, but I finished this one yesterday. So it is freshly off my needles. It's kind of wrinkly at the top. I don't really know what happened. Other than that, it looks fine. I like the colors. It's very pretty. Next, we have our bandana in the color Blue Denim. It's a cotton yarn. It's still wrinkled at the bottom. Looking back at it, I really think it is because of my stitches, because I do 2 chains at the bottom instead of 3 and put 3 double crochets. So I really think it is because of me doing that it's kind of wrinkled. Hopefully next time will be a little bit better. This is still good. It just needs a good wash and some blocking, and then it's fine. I swore that I made 2 of these, but I think I only just made the one because I can't find the other one. So I think I only just made 1. Oh well, it's fine. The last few things that I made, little stars. I made a total of 9 blue stars. That is great. So that makes a total of 3 beanies, 1 bandana, and 9 little stars. So I think that's actually pretty good. It's not anything crazy, but I think it's pretty good considering the amount of yarn that I do have. Doing a stash bussing video kind of gave me an excuse to stick with something. That was actually pretty fun. I had a fun time making these projects, like starting a project right after finishing another one. I do have some more projects in mind, definitely more beanies, because that seems to be like my favorite thing to make right now is beanies. So the only thing that I did not finish that I wanted to finish was that bag for my friend, and I'm probably going to do that next time. It's really no due date on it. They just want a bag and they're fine with waiting. But I think that's gonna be it for this video. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.